Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to Jupiter. I'm Sylvie June, and I'm very excited to tap into your current energies. Let the cards shed light on any mystery, seeking light, divination, and clarity. Let's begin. So we're looking at your current position is the Hangman in reverse. As we're starting the new year, what's crossing you is the Ten of Wands, crowning you the Four of Swords. So it looks like you are starting the year with the resolution to focus on yourself, to ensure that you are aware of who you are, looking at past position and what's before you. Aquarius, this is looking like a very important time in your life. Any more cards you want to share? Thank you. And we've got the Lovers and Temperance in your outcome position. So Aquarius, this is a beautiful reading, although I can see from the cards that you might not have had the easiest time. Possibly towards the end of last year, you might be seeing this year as a big relief and with significant hope. We have the Hanged Man in your current position, and the Hanged Man suggests to me that you went through a period where you were focused on really changing your perspective, and sometimes we get pushed into those situations through disappointment around us where we need to go inward and have a different grip. You might have gone through some difficulties towards the second half of the year where you might have decided to step out of some situations or review certain situations. It could have to do with work, with your personal circumstances, maybe some disappointment in friendships or in love. However, whichever scenario we've got, you're crossed by the Ten of Wands. So what this suggests to me is that you have now come out of the Hanged Man position, which means that in the upright, you'll see the enlightenment around the head, meaning that once we come out of the different perspective and we're just probably hanging there a little bit, paralyzed maybe by fear, disappointment, or any of the shadow sides, we come out the other end and have a lot more wisdom that is going to guide us. And what you are looking to get rid of are the burdens that you've had in the past. Ten of Wands suggests that you would have carried possibly other people's burdens. It could be that you have been caring for a loved one, or that you were surrounded by one or more people who didn't put in as much as you did, who perhaps didn't have the capacity or the awareness that they should, and it's left you overburdened. But you are aware of it. What's crowning you is the Four of Swords. You have made a conscious decision to heal and to put last year behind you, to come forward and really focus on yourself and your priorities. Your priorities, what's supporting you is the Moon in reverse. So the Moon upright is talking about our shadow sides, our fears, our doubts, what's sort of swelling up from underneath and bubbling up, and it's going to get us ultimately. But your Moon's upright, in the reverse, sorry, which means that you are aware, you are fully aware, and you are very happy in your healing position, because the healing position means that all of your energies are going towards yourself. You are not burdened by others, and at this point in time, it wouldn't surprise me that you quite happily say no to people, where in the past it would trouble you and you would feel obligated You'd hate to let people down, but at this point in time, you realize that that carried you nowhere but exhausted you. You're now healing, and you're happy to take whatever time it takes, but you are not going to start the year the way you ended it. So Aquarius, a lot of strength is with you, and being able to look at our own shadow sides is exactly the inner kind of work that helps your healing. So this is supporting you. So all of your self-reflection, and sometimes we're very hard on ourselves, which is not suggested here. It's actually calling for compassion, because the Seven of Wands is in your past. In your past, you might have had situations where people disrespected your boundaries. People did not accept where you did put your foot down, where you said, look, I need to fend for myself. And maybe sometimes you did not have the heart to do that because you were afraid of hurting people's feelings. And so in your past position, the Seven of Wands is definitely showing us a subconscious element of, you know where your boundaries are, you know where your boundaries should be, but reinforcing them has been a very difficult thing. Perhaps only with one or two people, but they were significant. What's before you is the Nine of Swords in the reverse, which is probably the best thing you can have in a reverse, because the Nine of Swords suggests that you've been going through some difficult times, just in your head, up in your head a lot, anxiety, worry, never knowing how you could figure it out, and really kind of in almost like a trap situation. But as you can see, this person is okay, but all these mental blocks have to do with others, and fending them off, constantly being on the defense, constantly being protecting oneself, and just being exhausted with it. So the drain is what's kept you from feeling fully yourself, and it might take a little bit while longer because you are healing, and that's what's crowning you. But allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to have that priority on yourself, and focus on that, because the Nine of Swords means that it's in the reverse. You will no longer spend hours and hours and days and nights worrying about things that you cannot change. You'd rather make the change in what you can change, which is you. And Aquarius, for you, that actually means that you're going forward with the two most beautiful cards, which is the Lovers and Temperance, understanding the balance that is needed in a healthy, beautiful, reciprocated relationship where two people come together purely to share their love for each other. And it is unconditional love. It is the sort of love that supports. But the temperance that you've needed to learn in order to get that sort of relationship that you want, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship only, it can be your relationships with others and friends and work colleagues, just your surroundings being harmonious when you are in balance. And recognizing, it might have been a hard journey, Aqua, but recognizing over the last year what has made you really responsible for the parts where people have crossed your boundaries, and now you're realizing that maybe those people that never respected your boundaries don't deserve to be in that circle where you have to set boundaries, so maybe the boundaries just need to be further out, and maybe you just need that time. And so you're willing to take that time out. And this is the energy that I'm picking up on here, is that you probably just went through last year the way you normally do, and you carry on regardless, and you know how to look on the bright side, and you have your silver linings. But you may have gone into distractions too easily, and coming out of it, you realize you don't need distraction. You just need healing. You just need time, and time to understand exactly what your shadows are and where you held yourself back from achieving the success that you wanted and having those relationships that you need. So this is a really, it's a little bit of a heavy reading, not so much with the outcome. It's a beautiful outcome, but I can feel how difficult last year might have been. So you have all my compassion, and I wish you all the best. But by the looks of it, this reading is you already know what you're doing, and you're already on track with the temperance that is needed. So again, we've got two people here in the spread, enlightened. So it was some hard lessons you learned last year, but you did learn them, and so this year is going to be as beautiful as you allow it to be. And make sure you understand your subconscious and your shadow sides, and you always affirm that love for yourself and that you do come first, so that you can distinguish the people that act in your best interest and the people that don't. But you yourself will always act in your best interest. So with all that in mind, let me know if it resonated with you, and thank you for all my beautiful aquas and rising, sun, moon, rising, and also any cross watchers, for your likes and subscribes that help me keep the channel growing. I'll check back with you in a few days, and take it as it comes. Lots of love.